On the night of the 9th of October 2023, the Opera House was lit up in blue and white after the Hamas attack on Israel. But outside, pro-Palestinian demonstrators rallied, some chanting anti-Jewish sentiments.
Several witnesses have described the Opera House protest as a critical event in the rise of antisemitism experienced by the Jewish community in Australia.
David Ossip, the president of the New South Wales Jewish Board of Deputies, told the Antisemitism Royal Commission last week the protest struck fear in Sydney's Jewish community.
Look, the protest achieved international notoriety because you had protesters proudly screaming, "F the Jews."
Resistance is justified when Palestine is occupied.
The Commission heard the demonstrators had come from a bigger rally at Town Hall, police unable to stop them from marching on the Opera House. David Ossip told the Commission police had warned Jewish community members to avoid the area.
I thought it was quite an extraordinary and outrageous admonition from police. It was effectively the police saying, we can't keep your community safe. And as I've said in my statement, in my view, it was effectively the police transferring control of the CBD to the protesters.
Since then, police have moved to block protests on the Opera House through the courts. But at the time, they communicated with the demonstrators about their plans. Acting Deputy Commissioner Peter McKenna told the Commission officers had them under control.
This protest has been one that we've spoken about for the last 3 years. I can understand the heightened emotions for someone watching that, thinking how bad that looks. We're talking hours of a protest that has been reduced to seconds or minutes on a news grab that has probably conflated it to make it more significant than what we would say it was. As far as public safety goes, I'm not talking about the intention behind it or how it might make the Jewish community feel, obviously.
Tensions were brewing in the lead up to the protest, with this fiery speech on the 8th of October by Sydney Sheikh Ibrahim Dadoon.
I'm smiling and I'm happy. I'm elated. It's a day of courage.
The speech attracted widespread condemnation, with the Sheikh posting a statement the next day saying he didn't celebrate the killing of innocent people on either side, and that his speech was referring to Palestinians breaking the Israeli blockade.
Free, free Palestine!
Giving evidence on Friday, the head of the Imams Council, Sheikh Shadi Al-Sulayman, said the council did not endorse Sheikh Dadoon's speech.
We spoke to him and we did raise the concerns with regards of the language that he used on that day, and the killing of innocent people must not be condoned in any way, in any form, in any shape.
My brothers and my sisters!
Sheikh Al-Sulayman said the council asked Sheikh Dadoon to clarify his comments, which he did.
Commissioner, our philosophy is that we believe that including our imams, even when they make mistakes or serious mistakes, and guiding them through those mistakes and keeping them within the folds of ANIC is a lot more healthier and helpful for the organisation.
Sheikh Al-Sulayman said he met with members of the Jewish community after the Bondi attack.
We stood shoulder to shoulder by the Jewish community post-Bondi.
Two truths can exist at the same time.
But late on Friday, Sheikh Dadoon published a video on social media in response to the Commission, repeating his words.
On the 8th of October 2023, I said, I'm happy, I'm elated. It's a day of courage, a day of victory.
Again claiming his elation was about breaking the blockade, not celebrating the killing of innocent lives.
When I said elated, I was talking about a blockade.
This latest round of hearings is focusing on how extremism is driving anti-Semitism, including the religiously motivated as well as on the far right. The Commission has heard from expert witnesses who said key factors included economic shifts, personal grievances, social isolation and conspiracy theories.
We are here for one reason.
The Commission heard this neo-Nazi demonstration outside New South Wales Parliament in November last year also caused the Jewish community distress. The group involved, the National Socialist Network, is now listed as a banned hate group in Australia, but police allowed the protest to go ahead at the time.
Is it right that the protesters appeared to be Caucasian men in their 20s and 30s wearing long-sleeve Helly Hansen branded black jackets? And HH, of course, stands for Heil Hitler in certain circles. And they had long black pants and boots.
Yes. There's no doubt they were being as provocative as they could be, yeah. Commissioner?
Yes.
In his evidence, Acting Deputy Commissioner McKenna said while the demonstration was approved by police, the Jewish community should have been notified before it happened.
They have our deepest apologies for not informing them of that, but unfortunately it was human error, and we've put systems in place since to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Extremism expert Julian Drugan gave evidence at the Commission about the rise of the far right in Australia.
We're looking at people who are predominantly young, early 20s, who are predominantly male, and people who have a grievance of some sort, whether that's an economic grievance or a cultural or social grievance of some sort.
He says they're becoming more visible.
We're not looking at the growth of a large neo-Nazi movement in Australia, but what we're looking at is a hardcore who are trying to align their messaging with broader public anxieties and concerns. So one of the aspects of the extreme far right at the moment is their work through gyms or clubs or active clubs where they will engage with young men who are looking for a sense of belonging, a sense of identity, a sense of connectivity with their peers, and will spread a message of physical fitness, mental preparedness, but also the potential for networks that can become politically active and pursue those far-right extremist goals.
The Commission is also examining the rise in the number of people referred to extremism programs, with more evidence later this week.